Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So the NHL award races are pretty interesting this year, especially compared to last year where we really only had a two-man Hart race. Basically, everything was locked up even by like February. We got a really good Hart race between like 4 to 5 guys at this point. Norris is a great two-man race, as well as the Calder being a three-man race. And when I was asking you guys for potential video ideas that you wanted to see, Mitchell Spurns sent in a really interesting one. He said that I should predict the next 5 years of all the major award winners, including this season. So we're gonna do it again. This is just who I think is gonna win this season. I'm gonna have my updated like awards ballots who I personally would have winning in like a week once Four Nations start, like right before the Four Nations start. I'm gonna be dropping that. But yeah, we're gonna go through the Norris, Selke, Calder, Vezina, Rocket, and Hart, the 6 main ones. Not gonna do the Ross because the Ross usually is like the Hart guy as well. But yeah, we're gonna go through that right now. Let's dive into it. Let's not waste any time and let's start with the Norris, probably my safest prediction. And some of these guys, some of these picks are going to be pretty basic. I went a little bit bold with some of them. One of them might be genuinely shocking. Didn't want to be too basic. But yeah, with the Norris, I think it is kind of basic. I think Quinn Hughes is probably going to win it this year, just the way that he has been able to carry the Vancouver Canucks to even being somewhat in a playoff race after all the turmoil that they've gone through. He would be my pick. Right now, he is the betting favorite. I think 2026. Cale Makar, you can pencil him in for 90 plus points. I do think Rasmus Dahlin will eventually get a Norris. The Buffalo Sabres will at some point put it together, or at least be in a playoff race where Rasmus Dahlin can go for 90-ish points and be awesome defensively. Then Quinn Hughes, then Cale Makar. Cale Makar 2029, maybe when Nathan MacKinnon is starting to decrease, he's still fully in his prime. And yeah, 2028 Quinn Hughes, will that be on the Vancouver Canucks? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe that'll be his first season in New Jersey. Adam Fox, I'm just not too high in the New York Rangers the next 5 years. If I'm going to be honest, I don't know if they're going to be able to surround him with the talent to get to that 80, 85, 90 points that you might need nowadays to win the Norris. Other guys like Heiskanen, he's really just slipped up offensively in recent years, won't have the point totals. Again, this is what I'm predicting to happen. Not exactly. I think Miro Heiskanen's going to put together awesome seasons of 65 to 70 points defensively, where maybe he should be in Norris discussions. Other guys, I'm trying to think. The young guys, the young crop of guys like Lane Hudson, Brant Clark, Luke Hughes, maybe 2030, 2031, 2032, once they really hit their mid-20s, once they really hit their full prime. But I think we can agree over the next 5 years, these 3 guys that I have winning are probably going to be better than that young crop. So that's why I have these guys. Next up, the Selke. Barkov, he's probably going to get 2 more at least. This season's almost a lock. You could honestly pencil him in for 2025 to 2028, and I would probably hear you out. I have Nico Hischier in 2026. He was kind of potentially going to be anointed as that next guy after 2023 when he was the runner-up to Patrice Bergeron. Obviously, Barkov reclaimed the throne, but I think given his reputation, he's going to put together a full season of just being awesome defensively and get one. Barkov in 2027. I went a little bit off the board with Elias Pettersson. I'm obviously betting on a bounce back with Pettersson, but I think that he does have that reputation with the Selke. It's really, really about reputation. You don't have to be the best defensively every single year, but when you're a guy like Barkov and you're very, very good defensively, and you have the reputation, you're probably going to win it. But yeah, Pettersson, if he gets back on track, if he puts up a 90 to 100 point season while being very, very good defensively, I could see them give him one. And then I went with Seth Jarvis. He's been awesome defensively, basically right out of the rip for the Carolina Hurricanes. Obviously, Rod Brindamore's system really plays into those defensive principles. And yeah, he'll be what, 27, 28 when this is projected. So yeah, Aho will be a little bit on the decline. Rantanen as well will probably be the best player on the Carolina Hurricanes. Might be a little bit tough because he is a winger, but I think he's really garnering that reputation as being so good defensively that in 5 years when he has a little bit more experience, a couple top 5 Selke finishes, he could definitely be up there. Matty Beniers is awesome defensively. Would not surprise me if he wins a Selke, but again, with the Selke, like you do need to put up like 60 plus points. Jordan Stahl would probably have multiple Selkes if voters didn't just look for the best top 30 player in the NHL that also plays great defense. That's kind of what the Selke is, if we're going to be honest. So that's why I went with these guys instead of just solely defensive forwards. Like Anthony Cirelli also should be in the mix for this. This season, he's monster offensively, but probably will never get the full respect that he deserves. The Calder Trophy. This one is also pretty basic. I think Celebrini's going to win it this year. The hype of being a first overall pick. He did miss 12 games, but he's been nearly a point per game center. Hudson has an argument for sure. Dustin Wolf might be my pick right now, but I think we can agree the narrative is definitely behind Mac and Celebrini just playing that fun hockey over in San Jose. Ivan Demidov, 2026. You could convince me on Matthew Schaefer if he goes to the right spot. I could see him being a 45-ish point defenseman right out of the rip. But Ivan Demidov walking into that top six in Montreal should be absolutely disgusting. McKinnon, 2026, awesome. When he gets drafted, he's going to be like the second best prospect from in a 10-year stretch from 2017 to 2026. He's amazing. Landon DuPont arguably might be better than Gavin McKenna based on what he's doing in his exceptional status year. He's basically Kel McCarr 2.0. He's going to be a monster wherever he goes. Then I went with Jackson Jacobson. He's a 2027 guy alongside Landon DuPont, playing right now in the WHL as well as Landon DuPont. He's kind of not getting any love because DuPont's been so good, but he's a December birthday, didn't need exceptional status. He has like 39 points in 46 games. He is only 5'9" and is a forward, so that might limit him a little bit. That's why I have him not playing immediately in the NHL. But yeah, based on his production, what he's doing right now in the WHL, he is looking like an absolute beast. Again, almost a point per game at 16 years old. He debuted at 14 last year and scored like 2 goals in his first game. He's looking like a very special offensive talent. But yeah, predicting the 2029 Calder field is kind of just a crapshoot. So I went with the guys that you could probably expect to be in the mix, considering these guys are probably going to go first overall, at least in 2027. In 2028, over to the Vezina Trophy. I got Connor Hellebuyck going 3 straight. I didn't give him enough credit before this season. Didn't think, oh, he's not going to go back to back. At this point, who else are you going to pick in 2026 besides Connor Hellebuyck? You know he's going to play 60 games. You know he's going to put up at least a 920 save percentage. Maybe there would be some voter fatigue, but again, based on what we're seeing this year, Logan Thompson has maybe been better on a per-game basis. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that next year. And besides that, he's lapping the field, man. He's lapping the field. I do think eventually he is 31 years old. Once he gets to 33, 34, he might slow down a little bit. Shesterkin, although I'm not that high in the Rangers like forward core, I think he still has one more carry kind of season, like when he had that 935 in 2022 and won the Vezina. Jake Ottinger, 2028. Dallas should be, they're already like a top 5 team in the NHL. They should be a top 3 team come 2028. And he is having yet another very, very good season. So I could see him win 40 games, put up a 920 or something like that, and have a career year. He's just going to be in the mix every single year because he's on such a good team, and he is a very good goaltender. And then I got Dustin Wolf winning one in 2029. I'm not that high in the Calgary Flames in terms of becoming Stanley Cup favorites with their rebuild, with the way that they're approaching it by not really tanking, but I think there'll be a highly competitive team in 2028, 2029. Because of Dustin Wolf, mainly because he is that good of a prospect. The dude has won every major award in every single league that he's played in. WHL Goalie of the Year, I think, back-to-back years. AHL back-to-back Goalie of the Year, as well as winning the MVP in the AHL. So yeah, I think he's without a doubt the best, most promising under 25. He's the best under 25 goalie in the entire NHL right now. That's really not up for debate. So I think his time is definitely coming, and he will eventually win a Vezina, the Rocket. This is the shocking one. Cole Caulfield in 2028. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think Montreal is building it the right way. Something would definitely have to happen in terms of like Matthews getting hurt, but Matthews often gets hurt. Let's start in 2025. Draisaitl's the favorite right now. He has 36 goals, I think, or maybe 37 after last night. I don't even know if he scored. But yeah, he's going to win it, considering Matthews dealt with injury. Other guys, like, I'm trying to think, Reinhardt's in the mix, but I don't see him getting to like the 55 yet again, like Draisaitl probably is. It's Draisaitl's to win. And then Matthews, when he's fully healthy, you can basically pencil him in for 60 goals. So I think he's definitely going to win at least 2 more. Caulfield, again, everything would have to go right for the Montreal Canadiens, but I could easily see him score 55 goals. I don't think it's going to be some kind of duel where like Matthews has 64 and Cole Caulfield has 65. No, but I kind of wanted to go bold. I didn't want to just go chalk across the board. And then I got Connor Bedard eventually winning one in 2029. Again, similarly to Calgary, I'm not as high on their rebuild, but I think eventually they will be a playoff team by 2028, 2029. And Connor Bedard, well, maybe not. I still think he's going to be a superstar. Well, maybe not that generational guy. I expect him to win Rockets throughout his career. His shot is still just so wicked. And then lastly, the Hart Trophy. I think Nathan MacKinnon's going to win it this year. I am a Connor Hellebuyck truther. He would be my personal pick, but I think when you look at the voter bias towards centers, towards a Canadian that plays in a decent market that has won a cup recently, gets way more attention than Winnipeg, and I think they're going to discredit Connor Hellebuyck because he does have 4 other players playing very good in Morrissey, Ehlers, Connor, and Scheifele. So I think it's going to be MacKinnon, especially if Colorado plays down the stretch very good without Rantanen, and Rantanen kind of not really tearing it up in Carolina, C words. Right now, I think MacKinnon's going to win it. Connor McDavid, back-to-back years of not winning the Hart Trophy will fire him up a little bit, win it in 2026. I still think Matthews has another Hart caliber. I obviously had him in winning the Rocket in 2027. I still think he has another 65-ish goal season. Toronto Maple Leafs should be a high-level playoff team. They're a top 5 team in the regular season. Austin Matthews scores 65 goals. Bingo, bango. That's how he gets his second Hart. Back to McDavid in 2028. And then 2029, Jack Hughes Glaze. I think that he's going to have some kind of monster season. We can agree. New Jersey's going to be one of the best teams in 3 from 2020, the right now, honestly, till 2032, given the fact that they're pretty young and exciting. I think he puts it together one season and goes for 115, 120 points while also being great defensively. Maybe he's playing with his other brother at this point, Luke Hughes and Quinn Hughes, as I referenced earlier before. But yeah, I think he puts together. I'm not saying that Jack Hughes is for sure going to win a Hart at some point in his career. I know I have Connor Bedard winning the Hart or winning the Rocket in 2029, but I think again Jack Hughes with a 45 goal. Let me try to do some quick mental math. 75 assist season, 120 points, as the New Jersey Devils have 118 points and win the President's Trophy. That gets you the Hart Trophy. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's go through it one more time. Norris, basic. Selke, a little bit out there, betting on a Pettersson comeback. Calder, also pretty basic, but I mean, you got such great talents the next, I think you 2026, 2027, 2028, you're kind of insane if you pick anybody else, considering how special of talents those guys are. Vezina, Connor Hellebuck, three-peat, as well as Shesterkin getting one, Ottinger and Dustin Wolf. Rocket, Cole Caulfield gets one, and then the Hart, I give Jack Hughes one. McKinnon goes back-to-back. McDavid finishes, or he might win one in 2030, 2031, but gets his fourth and fifth no, fourth and fifth, I think. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think about these predictions? Again, thank you, Mitchell, for submitting this. Go follow my Instagram if you want to submit some stuff or just DM me video ideas. I really appreciate that. I'd like to chop it up with you guys. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.